Have you ever imagined walking beside the towering pyramids or sailing down the world's longest river? Egypt isn't just a place from history books. It's a living, breathing country full of stories, sights and surprises. From golden deserts that stretch for miles to ancient temples carved into cliffs, Egypt is like a giant open-air museum. But it's also full of life today, with colorful markets, tasty street food, and kids laughing by the Nile River. In this video, we'll explore Egypt's most amazing places, meet the wildlife that lives in its deserts and waters, discover how people live today, and even taste some mouth-watering dishes along the way. So get ready for a journey through time and across a land of wonders. And hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments which part of Egypt you'd most want to visit. Did you know that about 96% of Egypt is desert, with nearly all of its 116 million people living on just 3 to 5% of the land along the Nile? This mighty river has been Egypt's lifeline for thousands of years. Ancient Egyptians were surprisingly fun-loving. They played board games like Senet, worshipped cats as sacred animals, and even brewed their own kind of beer. The 365-day calendar we use today was inspired by early systems developed by the Egyptians to track the Nile's floods. So while Egypt is famous for mummies and pyramids, it also has a fun, quirky side that might just surprise you. Egypt is a land of striking contrasts. Most of the country is covered by vast deserts, like the Sahara and the Eastern Desert, with golden sands and rocky cliffs. But right through the middle flows the Nile River, creating a green ribbon of life where cities, farms and villages grow. To the north, Egypt touches the Mediterranean Sea with cool breezes and beach towns. To the east, the Sinai Peninsula connects Africa and Asia, with mountains and sacred sites. In the bustling capital city of Cairo, the streets are crowded with cars and markets. But far south, in quiet Nubian villages, colorful homes sit peacefully by the river. Egypt's geography tells a story of both movement and stillness. Egypt's environment is full of surprising life, if you know where to look. In the deserts, you might spot camels crossing the sand or a tiny desert fox with big ears hiding in the shade. Along the Nile River, birds like herons and ibises wade through the water, and in the south, Nile crocodiles quietly glide beneath the surface. The Red Sea on Egypt's eastern edge is home to some of the world's most colorful coral reefs. Bright fish dart through underwater gardens, making it a dream spot for divers. In the middle of the dry land, you'll find unexpected pockets of green, desert oases. These hidden places have palm trees, freshwater springs, and even date farms. Egypt's ecosystems may seem harsh, but they're filled with life that has learned to survive and even thrive in one of the world's most dramatic landscapes. Egypt is home to some of the world's most iconic landmarks. The Giza Pyramids still stand tall after over 4,500 years, guarding secrets of ancient pharaohs. In Luxor, Karnak temple stretches across a vast complex filled with giant statues and hieroglyphs. Further south, Abu Simbel stuns visitors with its towering rock-cut temples. These places aren't just ruins, they're windows into a powerful civilization that once ruled the ancient world. Beyond its monuments, Egypt's nature will leave you speechless. The white desert looks like a scene from another planet, with chalky rock shapes carved by wind and time. Mount Sinai offers a breathtaking sunrise view believed by many to be a sacred place. And the Nile River, with its palm-lined banks and peaceful boat rides, shows a softer, greener side of Egypt. Nature here tells its own incredible story. Egyptian food is full of flavor and history. Koshari, a mix of pasta, rice, lentils and tomato sauce, is a street food favorite. Ful madams, a warm fava bean dish, is often eaten for breakfast. On every corner you'll find carts selling fresh bread or sizzling falafel. Egyptians also love strong black tea served with mint or sugar. Trying these dishes is a tasty way to understand the culture. Egypt's festivals light up the calendar with music, food and joy. During Ramadan, families gather for evening feasts and streets glow with lanterns. The Abu Simbel Sun Festival, held twice a year, draws crowds as sunlight perfectly hits the ancient statues. Eid celebrations bring sweets and smiles across the country. In January, Coptic Christians celebrate Christmas with special prayers and meals. These events reflect Egypt's rich blend of traditions and faiths. Culture in Egypt is deep, diverse, and full of meaning. Most Egyptians speak Arabic, and about 90% are Sunni Muslims, while around 10% belong to Egypt's strong Christian community, mainly Coptic Orthodox. Religion plays a big role in everyday life, from the call to prayer echoing through cities to family gatherings during religious holidays. Traditional clothing can still be seen, especially in rural areas. Long robes called galabayas and colorful headscarves are common. But in big cities, modern clothes mix with tradition. Imagine being a child during your first Ramadan, waking up early to eat before sunrise, feeling proud to fast all day, and then joining the family at night to share a meal under lantern lights, or learning a folk dance with clapping and spinning at a village celebration. These small moments help shape Egyptian identity, passed down with joy from one generation to the next. Life in Egypt is centered around family, and hospitality is a big part of the culture. Neighbors often stop by for tea, and guests are always offered something to eat, no matter how simple. In cities like Cairo, a local teen might wake up early for school, squeeze into a shared taxi, and grab a fresh piece of baladi bread on the way. After classes, they might help at the family shop or buy vegetables from a lively street market. Whether in the city or countryside, Egyptians find joy in community, tradition, and daily rhythms filled with heart. Egypt's economy is powered by tourism, farming, and a growing tech scene. Visitors help support jobs by exploring ancient sites, cruising the Nile, and shopping for handmade crafts. Agriculture remains vital too, especially along the fertile Nile Valley. In Cairo, new tech startups are changing how people shop, travel, and learn, proving that Egypt is looking to the future. For travelers, Egypt is often affordable. A full meal might cost just a few dollars, and public transport is budget-friendly. Bargaining in markets is common, so don't be shy to negotiate with a smile. Egypt's history is one of the oldest and richest in the world. It began with the mighty pharaohs who built pyramids and ruled for thousands of years. Later, the Greeks and Romans left their mark, followed by Islamic caliphates that brought new architecture, art, and learning. In the 1800s, Egypt came under British control, and it wasn't until 1952 that the country gained full independence. Each era left behind stories, buildings, and traditions that still shape life today. Walking through Egypt feels like flipping through the pages of a living history book, one chapter at a time. Egypt is a republic, meaning it has a president and government chosen by the people. Over the last few decades, the country has gone through big changes, including peaceful protests and new leadership. One important fact is that about 51% of Egypt's people are under 25, making schools, jobs, and youth programs more important than ever. That means schools, jobs, and youth programs are more important than ever. The government is working to improve education and give young people more opportunities. For travelers, understanding these shifts helps explain the energy you'll feel in Egypt, a mix of ancient roots and dreams for the future. The best time to visit Egypt is between October and April, when the weather is cooler and perfect for exploring temples or sailing the Nile. Most travelers need a visa, but it's easy to get online or at the airport. Getting around is simple. You can use taxis, trains, or ride apps like Uber in big cities. For longer trips, buses and domestic flights are available. Egypt is great for families and student travelers on a budget. Street food is delicious and cheap, and many museums offer discounts for kids. Stay in guest houses or hostels to save money and meet locals. Just remember to dress modestly, carry water, and pack sunscreen for those sunny adventures. Egypt is generally safe for travelers, but like anywhere, it's smart to stay alert, especially in busy places like Cairo's markets or train stations. Keep an eye on your belongings and avoid flashing valuables. For health, Drink bottled water, wash your hands often, and be careful with street food if you have a sensitive stomach. Watch out for common scams, like overcharging for souvenirs or offering free tours that expect tips later. A polite no thank you goes a long way. With a little caution and respect for local customs, most visitors enjoy a smooth and exciting trip. Egypt has a large school system, and education is very important, especially for the country's growing youth population. In big cities, internet access is widely available, and mobile networks cover most areas. The roads can be busy, but taxis, ride apps and buses make it easy to get around. Many hotels and cafes offer free Wi-Fi, which is great for digital nomads and families staying connected. Modern conveniences blend with ancient charm, making Egypt both exciting and accessible. From ancient pyramids and majestic temples to friendly faces and delicious food, Egypt is a place where history and everyday life come together in amazing ways. Whether you're drawn to the deserts, the Nile, or the markets full of spice and color, there's something here for everyone. So, which Egyptian place or dish would you love to try? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this adventure with your friends.